cover as well, but we're looking at a great day again today, but a little bit warmer in terms of temperatures today. We're going to see them creeping up towards the 90-degree range, but still some stronger winds in the afternoon hours helping us keep a little bit cooler. But right now 88 degrees expected for the high temperature. We're going to see that cloud cover building in the early afternoon hours because we could see a chance for an isolated shower to potentially an isolated quick thunderstorm during those early evening hours right about that 5 p.m. hour, but I'll get into that in the future in just a second. Winds starting up out of the southwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour and then turning over to the west southwest towards 10 to 15 miles an hour in those afternoon hours. And as for our overnight forecast, we're looking at temperatures dropping down just above the seasonal average of 62 degrees, 63 for the overnight low. Cloud cover building in during these evening hours and partly cloudy skies are what we're expecting as we go through the rest of the overnight. And let's go ahead and jump on into what the Storm Prediction Center is saying about this upcoming next round of storms. And so starting off Wednesday, no change in this outlook, just a marginal risk over parts of northeast Missouri and then our entire southeast Iowa area. But it's Thursday that we're watching out for because we have a slight risk category in over southeast Iowa and then extending into parts of northeast Missouri where we do have the rest of it under a marginal risk category for some severe weather. So we are very intently watching this line of thunderstorms we could be dealing with as we get into early Thursday morning and late Thursday night. But let's start off with today's surface map. Not a lot going on around the area until we head into those early evening hours, and there's that line of potential showers and maybe a rumble of thunder early in those afternoon hours that's going to make its way in, but most of this staying off towards our east around the Quincy area. But we're going to see a lot of the same as we head into Wednesday too. We're going to start off with some early morning cloud cover here. That's going to sweep off before we get ready for this line pushing in during the early evening hours and in towards the late overnight hours is when we're expecting this to actually move into the area. But right now, the main brunt of the system staying just up to the north, but we could start to see that sliding farther and farther south thanks to some upper air patterns pushing things a little bit more south than what earlier models were forecasting. But this is where that next line is going to start to move in, and right about that 4 a.m. hour it pushes in towards southeast Iowa. But let's go ahead and jump into our second model here and take a look at later in the day on Thursday as another round of potentially strong stuff starts to creep in from the north. And this one has a lot of very active cells within it, and they're going to start to push in towards our area early Friday morning in towards our easternmost areas and then continue south where we're still going to see some strong cells pushing in towards northeast Missouri and towards the early afternoon and evening hours. We're still contending with some showers and potentially some thunderstorms as well. We are looking at chances for some supercells to spawn up, which means we could be dealing with damaging winds as well as hail on Thursday into Friday. So stay tuned to all of our updates coming up as we get better images on what we can expect late Thursday into Friday. Rainfall amounts though lining up with just about a half of an inch across the area here. A little bit more expected in southeast Iowa than in northeast Missouri. And as for the extended forecast, warm air over the next few days before a cold front starts to work its way in on Friday, dropping us back down into the lower 80s and even the upper 70s for the weekend.